Offensive coordinator Freddie Kitchens was the starting quarterback for the Crimson Tide from 95 to 97. How many yards did Kitchens throw for during his collegiate career? Well, the answer is C, 4,668. Kitchens played in 3 bowl games for Alabama and ranks 9th in career passing yards for the Crimson Tide. Welcome back to Browns All Access. Nathan Zegura, Browns legendary quarterback Bernie Kosar. And Bernie, we spent a lot of time talking about the interim head coach Gregg Williams. The new offensive coordinator is Freddie Kitchens, who came to the Browns from Arizona a year ago. And Freddie Kitchens played quarterback himself at Alabama. How do you see a guy who's a quarterback by trade going into this play calling role, working with our young quarterback, Baker Mayfield?
Well, I think having a Coach Kitchens and having him be a quarterback by trade in his past definitely helps. Once you're a quarterback and you play quarterback at the major college level, you understand time management, clock management, play calling, personnel groups, motions, shifts, things of that nature. I'm not really concerned with him from that standpoint, but how it affects Baker Mayfield is to be determined, and the most important question, as we've talked about in previous segments, how it matures around him and how it handles around him these next couple of games in particular.
Let's hear from the Browns' new play caller, Freddie Kitchens, brought to you by Papa John's.
You know, I'm very excited about the opportunity. Always wanted the opportunity, but not under any circumstance under these circumstances. But I'm here to do a job, and I'm going to do the job. You know, we want all of our players to see, growth from everything from the line to the receivers to the backs and, of course, the quarterback. And all we want out of Baker and out of everybody around him to keep their head down and work continually every day and try to get a little bit better every day. That's been our mantra since we've been here, and it's going to continue to be our mantra. Just get a little bit better every day and then look up in 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks and see where you're at.
You know, I haven't had to work directly with him, but now I'm getting to see that side of him. So, no, it's a great relationship. He's a guy that he's very honest and he's upfront about a lot. So I expect it to be something similar to that.
He's a very good dude, a very good guy. We appreciate him in the running back room, and again, like I said before, we're going to fight for him. We're going to do everything we can to help his offense come alive.
He's certainly involved in the game plan. He's been involved in the game plan, and sometimes situations dictates that he doesn't get the ball. But, of course, we're always trying to get the ball in our playmakers' hands, and he's certainly one of the playmakers. And, I think we've got a significant number of guys that can make plays, but, he's definitely one of them.
I know we as a group is behind Coach Kitchens, and we're going to, do everything he asks, whatever it is, again.
The number one thing I'd like to bring is a win and one more point than them. And that's all. I don't care about any stat other than the win. And that's just how it's always been.
Bernie, we hear from Freddie Kitchens there. You've got now Ryan Lindley, another guy on the staff who played quarterback in the NFL. Drew Stanton is a longtime veteran. Tyrod's a longtime veteran. This whole group, they say it takes a village. Does it take a village to help a young quarterback, and how important is that coaching he's going to get over these final 8 games?
Well, the coaching is imperative to it. This is definitely not an optimal situation. Again, you don't want to go when you take a quarterback number 1 and have these wholesale changes basically halfway through his first year. You have good, capable people coming in, though, to try and help them. Sometimes I think it's too much for young quarterbacks to have too many people in your ear. So it's imperative, I think, for a quarterback, especially a young guy, to have himself mentally ready, but to come in with just somewhat of a decent game plan, but not try to be all things to all people. Don't try to do everything, especially coming out early in this game.
They got to figure out the core of what we do well and rely on that against the Chiefs starting this Sunday. Now, speaking of one of the things that we do well here, well, we know Allie does it well. It's the Social Minute, brought to you by Giant Eagle.
What's up? I'm Allie Raymond, and this is your Social Minute, where we show you the best of the best of what happened on social media this week. Kicking off our Halloween extravaganza with some of your costumes. Fans sent in on social media pictures of them dressed up as Baker Mayfield, John Dorsey, Bud Light fridges, and our favorite, Bob Wiley. This Browns fan made a bet with his very pregnant wife and had to come through on Halloween. From hat to mustache to polo, she pulled it off and added a couple set hoods. But our favorite was Bob Wiley's own granddaughter, who dressed up as him for Halloween this year. And lastly, Jarvis Landry got a little spiritual on Halloween. He dressed up as a pope. That's right, Jarvis. Bless him. I'm Allie Raymond, and this was your Social Minute.
After the break, new Browns head coach Gregg Williams talks about his outlook for the final 8 games of the 2018 season.